What if the next big threat to Tesla and BYD wasn't from California or China, but from India? A company you might not expect, Mahindra, is quietly building electric SUVs that could flip the global EV race upside down. With shocking prices, world-class tech, and record-shattering demand, these cars are forcing the world to ask a question nobody saw coming. Is India about to take the lead in the electric revolution? For decades, Mahindra has been known for something very different from high-tech electric SUVs. In India, their reputation was built on rugged, no-nonsense vehicles that could handle anything from chaotic city traffic to dusty village roads and even the steep trails of the Himalayas. These weren't luxury cars. They were workhorses, tough, practical, and built for survival in one of the most demanding driving environments in the world. But here's where the story takes a sharp turn. Instead of sticking to their comfort zone, Mahindra made a decision that stunned the automotive world. They would reinvent themselves for the electric future. Not just by dipping a toe in the EV waters, but by committing billions of dollars to create an entire new lineup from the ground up. And this is where things get interesting. Mahindra isn't trying to copy Tesla's luxury branding or China's mass-market scale. They're doing something entirely different, taking their legacy of rugged, affordable SUVs and fusing it with cutting-edge electric technology. The result? A challenger that no one saw coming, suddenly ready to play on the world stage. But how exactly does Mahindra plan to pull this off? That's where their electric vision comes in. Mahindra's leap into the electric era isn't just about building a few trendy SUVs. It's part of a much bigger strategy they call Born Electric, a bold plan to redefine what Indian innovation looks like on a global stage. At the center of this vision is a simple but powerful idea: EVs shouldn't just be clean, they should be desirable. To make that happen, Mahindra poured more than $1 billion into their EV program. This isn't a side hustle, it's a complete reinvention. They've committed to launching 7 new electric SUVs by 2030, each one designed to push boundaries. Their program, branded under the term Unlimit, sends a clear message: Mahindra doesn't want to just keep up with the global race, they want to disrupt it. Why such a big gamble? Because the world is moving fast. Fossil fuels are becoming outdated, cities are choking on pollution, and climate pressures are mounting. The shift to electric isn't a question of if, it's a question of when. And Mahindra doesn't plan on waiting around for Tesla or BYD to dictate the future. Instead of focusing only on horsepower and luxury like American brands, or flooding markets with sheer volume like the Chinese giants, Mahindra is carving out its own lane: affordable, durable, premium feel EVs built for real-world drivers. And at the heart of this revolution are two vehicles that are already making waves: the B.6e and the XEV9e. So, what makes these SUVs so special? Let's break them down. Meet the two SUVs that have suddenly put Mahindra on the global EV map: the B.6e and the XEV9e. These aren't just new models, they're India's statement to the world that it's ready to compete head-to-head with the biggest names in electric mobility. The B.6e is the bold one. Sleek, sporty, and designed for thrill seekers, it looks like it belongs in the fast lane. Sharp lines, an aggressive stance, and that unmistakable futuristic EV glow make it stand out instantly. But what really grabs attention is what's under the hood, or rather under the floor. A 79 kilowatt-hour battery that delivers up to 682 kilometers of range on a single charge. That's longer than many cars, twice its price. And speaking of price, starting at just $22,500, it's positioned as one of the most affordable long-range EV SUVs in the world. To top it off, it rockets from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 6.7 seconds. Not bad for a family SUV. Then comes its sibling, the XEV9e. If the B.6e is the rebel, the XEV9e is the suave cousin. A coupe-style SUV that blends luxury and power, built for people who want comfort and prestige without the Tesla price tag. Priced from $26,000, it delivers 656 kilometers of range and a quick 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 6.8 seconds. Inside, it feels more like a high-tech lounge than a car, complete with ambient lighting, a passenger-side infotainment screen, and the kind of premium finish you'd expect from a $50,000 EV. What ties both together is Mahindra's iNGLO platform, a next-generation EV base designed for flexibility and efficiency. It gives both SUVs excellent handling and makes future models faster to build and adapt. Add in a 175 kilowatts fast charging system that takes the battery from 20% to 80% in just 20 minutes, and suddenly, range anxiety isn't such a big problem. Oh, and here's the kicker: Mahindra is offering a lifetime battery warranty for the first owner. That alone sends a powerful message about their confidence. These two SUVs aren't just products. They're proof that India can build EVs that are stylish, powerful, and affordable all at once. But cars today are about more than wheels and range. The real game changer? The tech packed inside. And that's where Mahindra turns heads. In today's EV wars, it's not just about how far the car can drive, it's about how smart it is. And this is where Mahindra shows it isn't just catching up, it's innovating in ways that even Tesla and BYD didn't expect. Both the B.6e and XEV9e come loaded with a tech suite that feels more like a luxury lounge on wheels than a traditional SUV. At the heart of the experience is a gigantic 16.9-inch central infotainment screen, paired with a 10.2-inch digital driver's display. But Mahindra didn't stop there. The XEV9e even adds a passenger side screen, giving the co-pilot full control over music, media, and navigation. It's the kind of detail that instantly elevates the in-car experience. Then comes the personalization factor. Drivers can choose between 3 unique interior moods, from sporty red accents to calm, ambient tones, transforming the cabin to match the moment. For music lovers, the SUVs boast a 360-degree immersive sound system that feels like a concert hall on wheels. But the real jaw-dropper? Level 2 Advanced Driver Assistance Systems, ADAS. We're talking adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking, lane-keeping assistance, and even AI-powered parking aids. Mahindra is essentially taking safety and convenience, once reserved for $60,000 plus EVs, and making them standard in vehicles half the price. And for those who worry about battery health, Mahindra added another ace up its sleeve: bidirectional charging. That means your B.6e or XEV9e isn't just a car, it's a backup power station. During a blackout, it can power your home. On a camping trip, it can run your appliances. This kind of future-proof thinking puts Mahindra miles ahead in terms of practical innovation. In short, these SUVs aren't just cars. They're tech ecosystems on wheels. And while Tesla may still lead in software, Mahindra is closing the gap faster than anyone expected. But what about design? After all, looks can make or break a car in a crowded market. And here's where Mahindra plays its boldest card yet. If there's one thing that can make a car turn heads before anyone even knows its specs, it's design. And Mahindra's EVs don't just look modern, they look like they belong to the future. The B.6e is sleek, sharp, and dynamic. Its aggressive lines, futuristic LED lighting, and aerodynamic silhouette scream confidence. The floating roofline gives it a sporty edge, while the illuminated front grille creates an instantly recognizable signature, the kind of look you can spot from a mile away. Mahindra clearly wants this SUV to stand shoulder to shoulder with global icons like the Hyundai Ioniq 5 or Tesla Model Y, but with an identity that feels uniquely Indian. Then there's the XEV9e, which takes things to another level. Bigger, bolder, and more imposing, it's built to rival premium giants like the BMW iX or Audi e-tron. Its wraparound glass roof brings in natural light, making the cabin feel like a luxury lounge. On the outside, the muscular stance and 21-inch alloy wheels leave no doubt. This SUV was made to dominate both the roads and people's attention. But Mahindra didn't just stop at looks. Both vehicles were designed with aerodynamics in mind, cutting drag and boosting range without sacrificing presence. Even the smallest details, flush door handles, integrated spoilers, and smooth underbody panels, all serve a purpose. In other words, these EVs are more than just cars. They're statements. And for buyers in India, where style often carries as much weight as price, Mahindra has struck the perfect balance: futuristic yet practical, bold yet refined. But good design is only half the battle. The real question is, can Mahindra actually build and deliver these vehicles on time, when so many EV promises have failed before? For all the hype and futuristic promises, Mahindra's EV journey isn't without some serious hurdles. In fact, this might be the part of the story that determines whether they truly rise to the top, or fall short like so many others. The first obstacle? Charging infrastructure. While India has made progress, the reality is that fast charging stations are still scattered and inconsistent. For EV adoption to take off, drivers need confidence that they won't be stranded searching for a plug. Mahindra knows this, which is why they're partnering with energy giants and tech firms to rapidly expand charging networks. But it's a race against time, and Tesla and BYD already have a head start. Then there's supply chain pressure. Global demand for lithium, cobalt, and rare earth minerals is skyrocketing, and prices are volatile. To counter this, Mahindra has been securing long-term deals and exploring alternatives like lithium iron phosphate, LFP batteries, which are cheaper and more stable. Still, one wrong move in this space could stall production. Competition is another looming challenge. Tesla has hinted at entering India, BYD is aggressively expanding, and even local rivals like Tata are not backing down. In such a crowded battlefield, standing out is harder than ever. And of course, there's the issue of consumer trust. Many Indians are still cautious about EVs. Will the battery last? Will maintenance be affordable? Is resale value reliable? Mahindra has to not only build great cars but also change mindsets, a task that may be even harder than engineering. But here's the twist: every one of these challenges could also become Mahindra's biggest opportunity. If they can build trust, scale charging infrastructure, and stay ahead of global supply issues, they won't just survive the EV race, they could define it. And that brings us to the most fascinating part of this story: how Mahindra is positioning itself not just as an Indian contender, but as a global disruptor. Mahindra isn't content with just winning hearts in India. The real game lies on the global stage, where EV giants like Tesla, BYD, and even Ford are battling for dominance. And this is where Mahindra's strategy gets truly interesting. Instead of trying to outmuscle these industry titans with sheer volume or astronomical budgets, Mahindra is playing a smarter, more focused game. They're combining affordability, durability, and cutting-edge technology. A mix that appeals not only to Indian consumers but to buyers worldwide. The B.6e and XEV9e already prove the concept. They offer premium features that rival cars costing twice as much, while maintaining price points that make them accessible. A Tesla Model Y might boast over-the-air updates and performance stats, but it costs nearly double in India. Mahindra delivers comparable range, comfort, and tech for half the price. That's a message global markets can't ignore. And the numbers speak for themselves. On launch day, over 30,000 orders poured in for just these two models, a staggering $1 billion in bookings. That's not hype. That's proof that demand exists, and that Mahindra has the momentum to expand internationally. Beyond numbers, Mahindra is carefully eyeing emerging markets where reliability, affordability, and rugged design matter as much as cutting-edge technology. Places like Southeast Asia, Africa, and even parts of Europe could become fertile ground for Mahindra's expansion. The strategy is clear: don't try to beat Tesla or BYD at their own game, play a game they can't win. But entering global markets comes with new challenges: production, logistics, and competing with entrenched brands. How Mahindra navigates these waters could determine whether this EV revolution stays local or goes global. Mahindra's journey in the electric vehicle world is just beginning, but the path forward is filled with both opportunity and risk. Scaling production to meet soaring demand is the first hurdle. With over 30,000 orders already placed for just two models, the company is racing against the clock to deliver cars without compromising quality. Any delays could shake consumer confidence, but Mahindra is investing heavily in expanding factories and streamlining production to stay ahead. Then comes infrastructure, not just in India, but globally. Charging networks remain a bottleneck, and Mahindra knows that convenience is king for EV adoption. That's why the company is actively partnering with energy providers, governments, and technology firms to build stations, improve battery technology, and make EV ownership stress-free. Competition isn't slowing down either. Tesla, BYD, and other international players are watching Mahindra's moves closely. While Mahindra has carved out a niche with affordability and durability, global rivals have decades of brand loyalty and massive budgets. The key for Mahindra will be staying nimble, innovative, and ahead of consumer expectations. Despite these challenges, Mahindra has a unique advantage: understanding its roots. Their experience crafting vehicles for India's unpredictable roads gives them insight into what real drivers need: reliability, adaptability, and performance. And by combining this practical knowledge with cutting-edge technology, Mahindra isn't just participating in the EV race, they're defining their own lane. The road ahead won't be easy, but with bold vision, smart strategy, and undeniable momentum, Mahindra could turn what started as a quiet EV push into a global movement that changes how the world sees Indian automotive innovation. And that's why Mahindra's EV journey isn't just about cars, it's about reshaping the future. Mahindra's rise in the EV world isn't just about engineering and technology, it's also about how they tell their story. In a crowded market dominated by Tesla's hype and BYD's scale, Mahindra knew it couldn't simply launch a car and hope people notice. They needed a marketing approach that would make waves, and they delivered. The strategy is surprisingly clever. First, they priced their vehicles aggressively. The B.6e starts at just $22,500, and the XEV9e at $26,000. That's nearly half the cost of comparable models from Tesla or BYD, yet without compromising on features, range, or comfort. It's a price point that immediately grabs attention, especially for budget-conscious Indian consumers who still want the feel of a premium EV. Next comes social media and digital campaigns. Mahindra has mastered the art of storytelling online, showing real drivers, real roads, and real experiences. Posts on X and Instagram feature both city commuters and families navigating rugged rural roads, creating a relatable yet aspirational image of EV ownership. By blending lifestyle, performance, and affordability, Mahindra has turned everyday buyers into evangelists for the brand. Another key tactic? Exclusive early access and booking events. The first wave of reservations created a sense of urgency. Over 30,000 units booked on launch day wasn't just a number, it was a statement that demand is exploding, building social proof that makes others want in. This scarcity-driven marketing mirrors the techniques used by Tesla, but at a price point that feels reachable for more people. Finally, Mahindra emphasizes trust and transparency. Lifetime battery warranties, clear charging options, and upfront communication about delivery times all reassure buyers who might be hesitant about EVs. The company is not just selling a car, it's selling confidence. The confidence that an electric Mahindra is a smart, practical, and desirable choice. This marketing strategy is more than clever, it's strategic and sustainable. By focusing on value, relatability, and trust, Mahindra isn't just creating buzz, they're creating a loyal following that will support every new model launch in the years to come. Next, we'll see how Mahindra's global partnerships are fueling this strategy and giving them an edge over international competitors. One of the biggest secrets behind Mahindra's EV rise isn't just what's on the car, it's who's helping build it. Mahindra has strategically partnered with some of the world's most powerful automotive and tech companies, and these alliances are quietly giving them an edge that's hard to beat. Take Qualcomm, for instance. Mahindra's collaboration with this chip giant ensures that the B.6e and XEV9e are not just smart, they're hyper-connected. With advanced processors, 5G connectivity, and the capability for over-the-air software updates, Mahindra vehicles can evolve long after they leave the factory. It's a strategy borrowed from Tesla, but combined with Mahindra's affordability, it suddenly feels revolutionary. Then there's Volkswagen, contributing expertise in battery components. By leveraging global standards and decades of EV experience, Mahindra ensures that its vehicles meet international benchmarks for performance, safety, and reliability. Add to that BYD's blade battery technology, known worldwide for its durability and safety, and Mahindra has built a platform that rivals EVs costing 2 or 3 times more. These partnerships also speed up innovation. Mahindra doesn't have to reinvent the wheel for every component, they can integrate world-class technology into their cars, cutting development time and ensuring quality. It's a perfect combination, Indian engineering meets global excellence. But beyond the tech, these alliances send a message to the world. Mahindra isn't just an Indian automaker, it's a serious global contender. Collaborating with international giants shows the market, and consumers, that Mahindra is playing on a level field with the best in the world. With these partnerships in place, Mahindra can focus on what they do best, building vehicles that meet the real-world demands of drivers while staying ahead in the EV innovation race. Next, we'll look at how they measure up against Chinese EV giants. China dominates the electric vehicle world. Brands like BYD, NIO, and XPeng have flooded the market with sleek, affordable, and highly capable EVs, supported by government subsidies and massive production scale. For any newcomer, this is a daunting battlefield. Yet Mahindra isn't just trying to survive, it's aiming to stand out in a market where sheer volume usually rules. Take BYD's Z3 for example. It's a popular SUV in India, priced around $38,000, offering solid range and technology. Compare that to Mahindra's XEV9e at $26,000 with a nearly identical driving range and comparable tech features, including advanced driver assistance systems. The result? More value at a lower price, and suddenly Mahindra doesn't look like a newcomer, it looks like a smart alternative. Mahindra's secret weapon lies in knowing its market. While Chinese EVs prioritize large-scale production and rapid launches, Mahindra focuses on reliability and adaptability to real-world conditions, especially those found in India's diverse terrain. From pothole-ridden city streets to rural roads that test every suspension, Mahindra EVs are engineered for practical performance, something many Chinese imports haven't fully optimized for Indian drivers. But competition isn't just about numbers. Chinese brands excel in tech innovation, powerful batteries, sleek user interfaces, and smart infotainment systems. Mahindra counters this by partnering with the best global tech firms, integrating comparable features, and packaging them in a way that's affordable and user-friendly. It's a smart balance, offering cutting-edge technology without alienating the average consumer. In essence, Mahindra doesn't need to match China in scale, it needs to match them in value and adaptability, and so far, early bookings and consumer buzz suggest they're doing exactly that. Next, we'll turn to the other side of the globe, how Mahindra competes with American EV giants like Tesla and Ford. Across the Pacific, the United States is home to some of the world's most influential EV brands. Tesla leads the charge, with its Model Y dominating global EV sales, while companies like Ford with the Mustang Mach-E and startups like Rivian are carving out their own niches. Competing against these giants is no easy feat, but Mahindra is taking a smart, strategic approach. Next, we'll take a look at Mahindra's global outlook and their ambitious plans to export EVs beyond India. Mahindra's ambitions extend far beyond India's borders. While the domestic market gives them a solid foundation, the company is eyeing global markets where their blend of affordability, durability, and advanced technology could disrupt established EV players. Europe is a prime target. With stringent emission regulations and a growing appetite for electric vehicles, Mahindra sees an opportunity to offer EVs that combine performance and value. Unlike some European EVs that focus heavily on luxury and come with hefty price tags, Mahindra's B.6e and XEV9e provide similar range and tech features at a fraction of the cost, making them an attractive alternative for cost-conscious consumers. In Asia and Africa, Mahindra's strength lies in its practicality and adaptability. Roads are often unpredictable, and drivers need vehicles that are both rugged and reliable. Mahindra's reputation for building tough SUVs gives them an edge, allowing them to enter these markets with confidence that their EVs can handle real-world conditions, not just smooth test tracks. Their strategy isn't to compete head-on with Tesla or BYD in terms of sheer volume or brand hype. Instead, Mahindra is focused on creating a niche where value meets innovation. Sleek design, advanced tech, and affordability make their vehicles appealing to buyers who might otherwise see EVs as too expensive or impractical. Mahindra is also preparing for a long-term global push, with plans to expand production, enhance charging infrastructure, and tailor their vehicles for international standards. By strategically selecting markets and emphasizing reliability and value, Mahindra could gradually emerge as a serious contender on the world stage, challenging perceptions about Indian automotive capabilities. The message is clear: Mahindra isn't just thinking local. They're positioning India as a global EV innovator, showing that a company from a developing market can compete, and even thrive, alongside the giants of the EV industry. Next, we'll wrap it all up with the conclusion, highlighting why Mahindra's journey matters for India and the world. Mahindra's journey into the electric vehicle market is more than a story about cars. It's a story about ambition, innovation, and possibility. With the B.6e and XEV9e, the company has shown that Indian engineering can compete with global giants, delivering affordable, high-tech, and reliable EVs that appeal to both domestic and international markets. These vehicles aren't just about moving from point A to point B. They're about experience, pride, and practicality. Every long-range battery, every advanced driver assistance feature, and every sleek design choice reflects a company that understands its consumers, respects the environment, and dares to dream big. Mahindra's vision doesn't stop at sales figures or domestic success. Their strategy is about shaping the future of mobility, creating EVs that make sense for the real world, while pushing India onto the global innovation stage. With a growing network of charging stations, smart partnerships, and a focus on affordability, Mahindra is laying the foundation for a sustainable, electric-driven future. The road ahead isn't without challenges. Global competition is fierce, infrastructure limitations remain, and scaling production is never easy. But Mahindra's momentum, early bookings, and strategic partnerships show that they aren't just keeping pace, they're building a distinct path forward. So, why does this matter? Because Mahindra is proving that innovation isn't confined to Silicon Valley, Shanghai, or Berlin. It can thrive in India, where understanding the real needs of drivers creates EVs that are both practical and aspirational. Every B.6e or XEV9e on the road isn't just a vehicle, it's a statement of possibility, a glimpse into a future where India can lead, inspire, and compete globally. As electric mobility accelerates worldwide, Mahindra's story reminds us that vision, strategy, and resilience can change industries. The future is electric, and Mahindra is showing the world that India is ready to drive it forward.